live. Hope everybody had a good week. Having a good week. I've got my clip wing Cub all ready to mount the new motor to it. I'm just waiting on some 30 millimeter extensions. I went to Ace Hardware and they didn't have any. I could have got something from Lowe's, but I just ordered it on Amazon and figured I'd wait. And I had to use the Dremel tool to cut a hole in the bottom of the plane to get access to the nuts on the inside for the motor mount I had on it. Hey, Mike Bird, how you doing, sir? Pretty late. Sorry going late for you guys and everything. We finally getting some rain here. I flew Monday, and I flew today with Rodney, Earl, and Mark. The dogs had a good time. There was a big flock of like probably 20-some turkeys out in the field, and they didn't catch them. Hey, Aidan, how you doing, man? Let's I don't know if you're subbed or not. I gotta look at my subs and sub to everybody again that's subbed to me. I hadn't done that in a while. And I've gotten a lot of subs, so thank you. Yeah. But yeah, I flew the Corsair today, and I had I mean, it wasn't a horrible landing, but I should have went around. That's the bottom line there. Hey, David, how you doing, Crystal? But it wasn't a bad land. I mean, it was in the rough part of the runway. Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, yep. We'll get sub to you and everything. I try to sub to everybody if they're doing content and stuff. But yep, glad to have you. I don't know how, I try to put on the best show that I can every night every time that I do it. But I don't have that many videos this week. There wasn't a whole lot to pick from. And since I've been doing nurse duties, oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Since I've been doing nurse duties and stuff, I've been kind of behind doing stuff. That's not true. I can't use that as an excuse. Hey, Herbert, how you doing? Truth still matters. Glad to have you here, sir. And we normally start the show off with Dad's RC Hangar, Chris's Friday feeling. And there wasn't a Friday feeling today, but Chris posted this on Facebook right here. Christopher Shed. He posted this 6 hours ago. It's that Friday feeling. May not be in the hangar, but in a local hospital since Thursday. I had a few heart attacks, and they'll have a stent and a veins balloon. Now recovering, but alive. So always a positive side to something to feel that Friday feeling due to a great, kind, and progressional NHS staff. You have a great weekend, and I will be back on your TV screens soon. So, so keep Chris in your thoughts and prayers there. And yeah, it's on his Dad's RC Hangar group in there. So let's hope he gets well and gets back with life and stuff. Forget RCing. His family's more important and stuff. But we got that out of the way. I put a poll up there about the new UMX erratics and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. If I had a place to fly, but see, we can fly year round here as long as, I don't go fly unless it's, I'll fly in the mid 40s if there's no wind, but 53 is about my shut off time for flying outdoors, and that's almost with winter clothes. We're going to get a cold snap. It's supposed to get down to 25. That's cold we don't usually see 25s until like January. We'll get a day or two, but yeah, so we're in for a cold snap here. I agree, Mike Bird. I agree. And it looks, I watched Adam Model Aviator's video, and he flew it indoors, and it flies a little faster than, say, like in a hangar rat or some of your other indoor planes and stuff. But, you could do it. You could fly that indoors easily. And it looks like it's well built and pretty tough. I mean, Adam banged it around a little bit, and it hung up. It held up. Ah, yeah. I actually was flying. I flew my DJI Avanta 2 this week. I don't know if I'll do anything with the video. I might post a short or two up. I'm trying to do. I finally decided I'm going to post videos on Fridays and Mondays. Now I may go to another day because I was doing 3 a week, and I thought, well, I'm trying. I'm always trying to make as good a possible video as I can and stuff. But that's enough on me. And let's start off here in Canada. So let's go to Canada. It's gonna be cold for the.
We got
and here we go. I just want to make sure I got the speeds right and everything. And then we've got Lee Davidson's hangar. We're up there, and Lee posts a lot of videos, but he's flying the old Parkzone Mustang, the gunfighter. Hey Eric, how you doing? And I'm almost tempted to buy that 1.1 meter Mustang that Horizon has. Just, I don't know, chuckers are fun sometimes. I took two jets out, chucker jets out Monday, and yeah, I've got good videos on those. And I had problems with one. I don't know, Mike. It's like you can't buy them through the DJI website, but on Amazon they've got them for the same price they've got them listed for on DJI. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not going to be buying anything new for a while. Yeah, that's like I don't know. That's like a saying that we all say right before something comes out new that catches our eye. I know if I had room for it, I'd have a Grand Tundra. I'd have the Avios Grand Tundra in my hangar.
51 out. Winds are 38 kilometers an hour. Around, I'd say 25, 26 miles an hour. Probably the strongest it's ever flown in. So I'm gonna give her a shot. Got the taxi drone view on the tail. I'm gonna try to fly it in this strong wind.
Exactly, Mike. Whoa!
Whoa! That was pretty sketchy. Wildcat was no problem.
Lee has a good flight.
That's full speed.
He has a nice flight. Yeah, Lee. Yeah.
Look at that. It's crazy.
And it's gonna be cold. It's gonna get down to 25 here, so I don't know how cold it's gonna get up there. Lee has a nice flight. He gets it down in one piece. It was actually a pretty good landing and stuff. He did rather well, and he got it there. I don't know if Vicky's watching or not, but if you are, hey. All right. And here we go. We got Cliff Harvey RC Planes. And he is building this Swallow that he's building from scratch. And there you are, Vicky. Yep. Then it's just amazing how he's got this build going. So I don't know if, whether you build foam planes or you want to build or anything and stuff. And I don't know. I feel bad that I haven't been documenting my motor swap on my plane, my clip-wing Cub that I built. I had to get the Dremel tool out and saw open a hatch so I could get to the bolts for the firewall and the motor mount. I had to take the motor mount that I had in there because it wasn't going to work. But I think I'll shoot some video on it and stuff, and just to document it, because people are scared to death about Balsa planes. That's what it's going to look like if that's not already done.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the build of the Swallow 108 part 4. And I'm going to start with the ailerons. I've decided to have a go at them. I was wondering if I should carve them out of solid balsa, as it says on the plan, or if I should try and make some built-up ones. Well, I'm going to have a go. I made a start of some built-up ones, so let me bend you down and show you what I'm doing. Initially, I thought I'd make a solid trailing edge, and I thought, well, hang on a minute. That's going to be very difficult to sort of bend up in a nice sweep. So I've cut some 1/32.
If you'll notice here that this is not flat, it's at an angle. He's got what looks like a 1/4 inch there, and it tapers down to flat. So that's pretty impressive building, to build 2 wings that are the same with the Hey Herbert, I don't have that plane, but I've seen that plane fly, and I tell you, that thing flies great. The Zeus, oh my goodness, man, this thing is quick and fast and nice landing gear and stuff. But let's see how he gets on.
1mm balsa strips, quite hard, and it's flat here, and it twists up to the end by way of wedges.
Yep.
So just using the tail end of some of the ribs. Basically, I'm just sticking. I'll have to cut one for here. I haven't done it yet. But this one can go here, and this one is nearly level, and this one's flat.
See.
And then when they're in, I can then glue on the top piece, and it should sort of fit. Here's the one I made just to try and get it to the length. It was horrible, but I made another one. I've cut it off.
Look how he did those.
Cut that one off actually, but anyway, I cut it off and made a much more pleasing.
All right, nice, Mark or Mike. I'm sorry, Mike. I still have Mark on and Chris on my mind and stuff. It's a little nice. It'll take you a while. No, I hadn't seen that one. Lee. But I mean, this is really going to be spectacular when he finishes it up. I mean, just the quality of his build. I mean, just look at that. He's going to sheet all this in, but he's going to wire in his servos first. And it's just amazing. So check that video, that build out, man, if you want to get inspired to build something. Then here we go. We've got Roachcoach. We watched his Airwolf 800 crash. And he's doing damage assessment. And hopefully, it looks like he could probably rebuild it. I know he kind of likes everything looking great, but
hey pilots, it's been a couple months since the crash, so the pain has finally wore off.
I know about that pain after a crash.
Get it out of the building and give it a good assessment and see the windshield. Popped out and broke down here on this corner. Doors popped off. That's canopy, I guess you call it, or popped the latch out of the front of it. That won't be too hard to repair.
Yes, he does, Mike. Hey, Dan. Yeah, I'm going to try to watch that game. We flew today, so. And I didn't watch football last Saturday, but yeah, I'm going to try to watch that. Anyway, man, he goes through, and all of his mechanics look like they're in pretty good shape. So, you know, I don't know if he's going to try to fix it, and he can get parts for it. So I don't know if he's going to, fix the plastic by using something like JB Quick Weld or something like that. But I hope Mike can get it back together. Now this is pretty cool here. This is RC Roland. And they're going to play at Iowa, huh? Yeah, because it's supposed to get down in the 20s next week here, like on Monday or Tuesday. Wow. But it's pretty cool. They built this simulator where you have a throttle, a stick to control the plane, and rudder pedals. That's pretty cool. The guys I flew with at the beach, they told me about a guy that made one of these, like, I don't know how long ago. Before I started flying with him in 2009, and it was before that time. But that is pretty slick, man. Pretty slick. And the radio is up here, and they've got these. I don't know how they did it. It's got to be somebody that knows how to do micro switches and stuff to set that up. But that is pretty cool. And then they got somebody on a buddy box in case they get in trouble. Hey, Bill. Hope you're doing better, though.
I got it. All right, can you see it all right?
All right. Oops, doggone it. That's what I was looking for right there. All right, there's Greg flying. There's the throttle. That's Greg right there. There's the throttle, the ailerons. That's pretty cool, man. Watch him fly. Greg's a good pilot, too. I've flown a real plane, full-size plane simulator before, and I did all right. Hey, Kenny. Anyway, that's pretty neat, man. I think it's pretty neat anyway. Again, there's Greg flying.
Have a lot of throw in the air launch.
It's pretty cool. Elevator, ailerons, throttle, and that. That's pretty neat. That's well built. Looks like they're flying Futabo. That's pretty cool. Check that video out. It's on RC Roland. Links are in the description. That's pretty cool. That would be fun. All right, here we go. We got Commander Goggle, or he likes to be called Commander Google. Crazy Quad Brothers, how you doing, man? I got to check yours out again. I just like to. This week has been, I don't know. I've been off this week, off my brain. I'm still messed up from the time change. That's my excuse. That's my story. We'll watch a little bit of Commander Goggle. But he's at a park, as you can see. And he's got some fall foliage. Looks like it's about over and done. But it's November. And he does a lot of this and that. And there he is sitting there. He has a nice flight. He flies, what is it? He flies 2 drones. Yep. And he has a crash at the end. Yeah, it was a crash. All right. I had a crash landing too. That's what I had today. It was a crash landing. No, I'm kidding, man. I didn't crash. I thought I had, Paul, how you doing, man? It felt like the worst landing I've ever had with my Corsair. I looked at it and I was like, yeah, that's nothing. All right, here we got SanDiegoUteFan. He's moved. He's now in Idaho. Up there where I guess he wanted to be closer to the source of Pringles and Lay's potato chips. So that's pretty cool. You got to yield to golfers in carts. Sounds like our park. It looks like a nice field, though. He's going to miss flying off the beach within the tube too deep. Looks like a lovely place to fly. There's this van. Oh man, they got nice tables with umbrellas. Sweet. Looks like FMS P-47. Hey Rick, how you doing, man? I think Paul bought every plane that was at Bigfoot, man. Paul was flying too. Yeah, I'm disappointed we're going to get some winter temperatures here next week in the 20s. I like the fancy windsock. No windsock for them, you know, they got to have, that's probably the club's colors. Anyway, that's a good flight. Then he comes out and flies here. Here he comes. We'll watch him take off. Wow. Anyway, man, his new club looks nice. It's up on a hill, so you know you won't have to worry about not having a breeze. But that's pretty cool. Glad for him. Hope he enjoys the move. I don't know if he's okay. Should be able to fly off snow, I said. I told him, I said, wow, that's a big move. You should be able to fly off snow. And he goes, hey, Jeff, I'm planning on putting skis on my 1.5 timber. Should be fun. Yeah, except for it's going to be cold. I think flying off snow would be fun.
Yes, Jeff.
Or fly off the sand at the beach. Here we go. We got Bob Barlow 1. Yeah, Paul, do have a safe trip, buddy. Watch them split hoof rats out there running around. All right. That's a beautiful Spitfire, man. Taylor planned Spitfire. And he has troubles, man.
Gonna have a go at his Brian Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Mosquito.
That Fox glider, I always kind of wanted one of those. I've got 3 gliders, 4 gliders, 1.5. Look at that. One of the motors is
Oh, yay, 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 yay. That was uncalled for, Jeffrey.
I think I'd have turned around and landed, but he has it. He has more problems. Like when it comes in the land, it goes
Apart
out.
from that, it looks
gets
quite
down
nice.
Perfectly. I'm surprised that didn't spiral in, but that's just, it must be a really well built plane.
Never done that before. One of them, wouldn't it?
But let's see when he gets ready to land here.
Oh, well done, Jeffrey.
Nice.
Yeah.
See the motor stopped. The right motor stopped again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You see it stopped.
Motor problem.
Hey Alaska, how you doing, man?
No, it stopped. God, that was vicious, that wing drop.
It certainly was, yeah.
When I put the gyro on, I got it. Let the gyro, I might have lost that.
Oh, well saved anyway.
Oh, no.
almost think it's got to be an ESC problem. Look at that.
Yeah, look, that
See how the right motor would start and stop?
over there.
Yeah, see? That's just weird, man. To me, that looks like an ESC problem. I don't know if he ever answered me. Oh, he replied. Okay, so yeah, Jeff, that had us all sucking in there. Everybody, woo! So that's good. All right, we're going to the beach down in Australia. We got Bellairvideo. Neil is going to go out and have some fun at the ocean in springtime in Australia. You like camera angles and you like flying at the beach. I like the way he walks in and out. He needs a cart. He needs one of the little
Well, thankfully
wagons.
planes are allowed, but in this seaweed, well, further up the beach, it should be okay. This is a great aircraft. It's the GLOBEMASTER from X-Fly Models, and we're a beautiful day. Horses on the beach, a few people venturing out, and the wintry weather has brought up all the seaweed on the beach, but it'll be gone within a week or so. That's what happens here on this section, because it's open to the sea and New Zealand's way out there somewhere. So we will take this beautiful plane up and put some cameras on it. Today I'll have
There's
a
a
forward
dog right there in this.
and a reverse, and one on the tail area, one on the wing underneath, one maybe just underneath showing the undercarriage. So it is a bottom load, and let's take this out of here and you can see exactly where the battery goes. I'm running a 3300 battery in it, and it should balance out beautifully. Well, the wind's just come up and it looks like it's around about 8 kilometers an hour. So not too bad though.
It's hard to get a reading.
Well, I'm going up along here a bit further. I just am running out of a bit of runway because the wind is coming straight off the sea. It's changed and I just need that extra room before running into the seaweed.
Oh. Nice, bro.
What's up? Over the sea waves. I'll bring it around so that you can see it close up over those hills, sand dunes. I'll just make a sweep by. Close up.
I like the way
Approach
Neil
looks
does
good.
the videos, man.
Clouds are gone and it's a beautiful blue sky here this afternoon. Not predicted. Okay, here we go. Tops are down, right down. So I'm doing a crosswind landing, approaching towards the wind is coming from towards the sea. Let's see what kind of a landing I can get this time. Extremely low now.
Look at that. Sweet, man. Check it out, man. The end of the video is the good part, where he does a montage of all of his camera views. All right, that's nice, Eric. That's pretty cool, though. I think it is, anyway. All right, here we go. We got MickeyBRC. He is starting to install servos and stuff inside of his gigantic Roban Bell 222. And he's in Australia.
Pilots, welcome back to MickeyBRC. Hope you're all doing well, and welcome to the second video of a series of God knows how many videos I'll be doing of this, of the Roban Bell 222 800 size. It's a big model. I think they call it the super scale in that sort of range. Anyway, so last time the unboxing, this time I've been thinking about different components which I want to use, the electronics specifically, and converged on a few items which I'm liking the look of from the reviews, from what other people have done on forums and that, which I've been reading through. So we're going to go through for a Eco Drift motor, 520 kV 12S. To accompany that, we'll obviously need an ESC. So I quite like the Castle Creations 160 amp ESC, and then accompanying that will be a Castle Creations BEC. In terms of servos, still need to do a bit of research on that in terms of what's good for the actual collective servos and the tail servos. A little bit different, especially with the different sort of timings and speeds and stuff like that. So I've got to research that a bit more, but I'm thinking, looking at what Motion RC recommend for the similar.
It's going to be great, man. But he gets his landing gear installed. We'll watch a little of this, and then you're going to have to watch the rest of the video. And he's got his at 4K, so it's taken a little bit to get it going. We'll put it down to 2K.
Get installed. We'll just we'll cycle them.
And hopefully his doesn't crash when he goes to put the gear up, like what happened to poor Michael Roachcoach Heli's. That would break my heart, man, if something like that happened to it. But it's looking good, Mickey. It's pretty good. All right, here we have Azure 325. We got Rick has got a new field that he's flying at here, and he's got his big Carbon Z T28 out for a welcome to the new field flight. We'll see how he gets on here.
Ladies and gentlemen, YouTube fans, I'm out at the Wawayanda flying field. I have a meeting today, but I'm going to fly this old crashed up T28.
Mickey's a nice guy.
I'm going to try.
I had him on here and interviewed him and stuff. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Taxi out.
How you doing, buddy? Good to have you here. Welcome, everybody. We'll watch. Rick has a good flight. He tries to dust the corn. He thinks he's a crop duster here a little bit, but hopefully the guy spotting him helped. But it takes a few flights to get oriented to a new field.
Take it off.
Especially when you're looking into the sun. That's how our field is. Got a windy day. Exactly, Mike. Yep. It takes a while for me anyway. I ain't gonna lie. Some fields I can pick right up, but others, like big flying up at Birmingham, it took me a while to get used to that field. That's up on a table. But anyway, let's see. Hang on. Let's see. I'm gonna go here. I'm going to close we'll just leave it open. But for those of you that came late, we usually started off with Dad's RC hangar, but Chris is in the hospital and he's doing well. But kind of maybe keep him in your prayers and maybe go on his the Facebook page there in Dad's RC hangar, and maybe cheer him up and stuff. Give him give him a joke or something, but there's the link to his Facebook page and everything. But just keep him in your thoughts and your prayers and stuff. He's too young to be having those kind of problems and everything. But Rick had a good time there, And yeah, I didn't either until I was prepping for the show, and I thought, what's up with Dad's RC hangar? And then I went to post a live stream on my Facebook page, and I saw that popped up, and I said, wow, that was a kick in the gut right there. Hey, Ricky, how you doing, man? Hope you're doing well down there in Douglas, Arizona area. Here we go. We've got Victor RC Jets, and man, this guy won the Best in Show award at California Jets 2025. Okay, so the music didn't hit him, so I'm not going to worry about it. But my goodness, man, this thing is huge, man. Yep, this MiG-15 is awesome. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Ricky. Hope you have a good weekend, bud. You should get Monday off, hopefully. Yeah, it's the music here on the top. Yeah, we flew the day off through Monday. Oh, Monday was perfect, man. Here it comes. Let's fire up to this. But you want to check that video out. Check out Victor's videos from that event. Airboss does such a good job at filming these jets, man. She really makes them look good. That was just great there. You haven't taken the poll yet. It's up there. I'm probably going to shut the poll off here before too long so we can talk about it. But here we go, man. We got AMRC, Alex in Romania, and he is flying his UMX Radian. And I love those lights he put on it. That just looks fantastic, man. Check this out, man. You got the twilight and the blue. You can see the blue and the dark. And this is just a beautiful
Alex here, AMRC with the UMX Radian with the lights on. It's pretty dark, so hopefully they'll be visible and they'll help me not crash this. So let's not waste time, get it in the air.
I like the light there coming out of the top.
Okay. Okay, things are wiggling. Let's launch. Okay, now it's visible.
That looks awesome up there.
I flew this earlier. I don't know if I uploaded that video.
Then when he flies over where the sky is darker, you can see it better. But that just looks cool.
Chronologically. Unless it was a really bad video. That shot's, man. Still a bit windy now, but
yeah, they kind of took it off sail.
Bad. And it's a lot darker. Perfect for flying this.
Yeah, I need to fly mine again.
Look at the wind kicking it around.
Now that it gets dark at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I can probably stay up late enough to fly it. See, and then when he flies over here and it's in the dark part of the sky, that's cool.
A fair bit of wind. I need to find somewhere to buy these small 1S batteries from, because the ones I have are really old.
All right, Mike.
Really not.
That's got to be exciting, man. Well. Anyway, man, Lee has a great flight, and yeah, he does a good job. Alex does. I don't know what I was talking about. I don't know. I need some more water. Can you tell I fell asleep last night at 7:20, woke up at 12:30, and stayed up till 4 and took a little nap before I went and flew. Time change does that to me every year, man. Every year. Just tears me up. All right, here we go. We've got Adam mcatamney in Northern Ireland. He's at this field. I should know the name of the field. He usually tells us, but man, this is a nice plane, man. This Tiger, Phoenix Tiger 40. Yep, it's a nice looking plane. Even when I was young, man, it must be I like it being light early in the morning. Nice, boy. I almost caught one. Another one. It's a nice flight. Nice landing. It does have a nice landing this time. I always say nice landings, even if they're not all that nice. But see the sheep? People are even bothered. There it goes, man. He sticks that in there like that. Yeah, Dan, it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Well, that was another wee flight with the Phoenix Models Tiger 40 here in October 2025 at the South Derry Model Flying Club. The plane flies very well, it's very fast with the OS 55AX.
Cool. Nice. I always like him, man. He seems like he'd be a fun guy to fly with. He reminds me of some of the fellow flyers out at the field. We had a blast today. We had humor. All right, this is Rogers Aviation, and this is Kenny's son Daniel. Nice young lad there. He's out flying this decathlon that he got from Birmingham, and it needed a little love. And he flies it.
So we're out here at Rogers International. Gonna fly a decathlon. Somebody needs to fire a groundskeeper. He sucks.
Yeah, it's good. Oops. Fire the groundskeeper. That's funny, Kenny.
Wow. What?
Oh, nice. Aero Scout's just a fun plane, man. The new floats for the Aero Scout V2, man, those things are great.
Straight as an arrow. Go.
Daniel's pretty good stick.
This is one of them Bigfoot pickups we got. I think Daniel paid for somebody for this one, but it was a little broke and it had all the parts with it, so we needed to fix it, so why not?
But you want to check out Kenny's channel. They get out and they fly. Kenny Rogers Aviation. Links are in the description. And that's Daniel out there having a good time flying. Let's see, I got to pick the pace up. All right, here we go. This is Music City here. It's probably good music too, but this is Jackson RC Aviation, and they're out flying over some structure. I don't know what it is, and I was trying to figure out what it is, but I just could never figure that out. And let me see if he answered. Yeah. Distribution center of some kind. But see, it looks like it's got, well, they're probably doing formed walls. Poured concrete building. Yep. I second that motion. I second that motion, Ricky. Anyway. But look how thick it is. That's what threw me off. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. You can see where they got the doors though. So that must be, I'm not sure how they're going to fill that in for forms and stuff. That looks pretty cool though. It's neat how they build those concrete buildings. They put these up to hold the forms for the concrete and stuff. Anyway, that's Chris, RC Aviation. Chris and Mason, they go out there and have a good time. Madison. I spelled his name wrong. What a dummy. All right, here we go. We've got E-Flight F-14 crash. RC Alaska, our young lad that's up there in Alaska. And he put this out last week, or Saturday, I think it was, or Sunday. And watch what happens when he takes off with his F-14. Let's get the mute off.
What's interesting is actually at the time of recording, it is not...
Here we go.
What's up, guys? Happy late Halloween. Today we're going to be flying the E-Flight F-14. What's interesting is actually at the time of recording, it is not even Halloween yet, but I know when this is going out, it's going out the day after Halloween. So, yeah, I decided to fly right now because look at that sunset. Absolutely gorgeous. And what better time to fly than what's absolutely gorgeous out.
Hey, Michael, how you doing, buddy?
Without further ado, let's get this plane up.
You see the gear bounce off. Just pulled out.
And we've lost our gear, which means we are going to have a crash landing today.
This is the young Bob Hoover flying here, man. The RC version of Bob
until
Hoover.
then, let's have a nice flight. Let's enjoy it while we can.
Good deal, Michael.
Sweep those wings.
Yeah. He flies I've seen him fly more swept wing than I've seen ever since this thing came out.
Looks like we've...
And I'll tell you what, he has a great one-wheel landing. You got to watch that. Links in the description. He really does a good job.
All right, guys.
All right, we got our buddy, GB Linden's Random Reviews. This is his B channel, which is doing well. And he's got one of my favorite planes on the plane wish list here, the Avios Grand Tundra in a brilliant green.
Guys, I've got this plugged in. I moved the battery back a couple millimeters because it felt good, but it still felt a hair nose heavy, so I wanted to balance that out as much as possible. I may have to readjust my trim slightly based on that. I've got 66% left in the pack. This is the second flight on it, and we're gonna see what happens. I set the timer to 2 minutes, 30 seconds, so the flight time will be short, so expect that. Let's see what happens. The wind is crazy. Here we go, guys. Throttle cut, off.
Oh, that just looks so cool. Looks just like a Highlander.
Let's go.
Even in green, that just looks good. I was looking at my old one.
Heck yeah.
The first one that I wrecked, I got it, still have it down in the still shed. It needs a new motor.
I don't have a ton of juice, so I'm not gonna be too crazy. But I am digging this. a lot. And of course the wind kicks up nicely. Beautiful.
Man, he stuffs in some bad landings here, and that gear holds up well, man. That's got the best gear on any plane still, and it looks like it on the new one. The old one had it, and it looks like they carried that on with the new one. But check it out, man. He does a good job. I think we just said thank you, Jeff. Yeah, brother. Yeah. Yeah, he's busy, man. He's got the young daughter and stuff, man. And he works late out there in Washington. But here we got Carolyn, and this is still part of the British invasion of Spain. And this time they're flying over the Minero de Mazaran area. Again, my Spanish channel, if you want to learn to speak Spanish as well as I do, you can check it out. There's no links for that in the description. Yep, drone speakers. But check this out. This looks cool. I think this is close to where that housing development was. It was part of this. So I imagine when whatever ore they were getting out of the ground ran out, that's when everything went to dust. But heck, this area had been mined by the Romans. You can see they get all their erosion and stuff, but it's cool. They're flying around here. She even spray painted her logo on the wall. No, she does that. That's kind of neat when she's flying around here, her and her friends. There you can see some of them standing there and there. They must have like a bus, and they go around to different things. That's pretty cool. It'd be fun. All right, here we got Parcel Aviation, and they're out flying their UMX Radian. And here you can see some of the updates on their property. You can see the barn is, I don't know if the barn's been painted in this or primered, but you can see the grass growing around the runway.
What we expected to be a relatively windless day. The wind's picking up.
Al gets to fly again.
Batteries charged on Capitane's UMX Radian, so he's going to fly it. Come what may. So here we go.
I still like her intro, the Merlin sound. Oh, that was a nice flight. Somehow, I don't know if the battery goes bad. There you can see the barn. It's got a nice coat of green. Ooh. But it's fun to fly in the wind. But man, that thing will get beat up in the wind too, but it's fun to fly in the wind.
Okay, you happy? Then. Yeah, once it gets with the
You got that beautiful sky again for flying, man. The big fluffy clouds.
It sort of effectively slopes.
There's the barn right there. That looks pretty cool. It looks like I don't know if they closed it in or not, because it was open here.
Saw across this bit. Keep it sort of going left to right, right to left.
And then they got their solar stuff there. That looks pretty cool, though. Nice flying. Nice to see Al and Gina out enjoying RC hobby together.
Hello, folks.
And here we have Mark Crutcher RC. And this is that 4-stroke motor. He gets it running and everything. Yeah, Mike, hope the move goes well, buddy. Hope they get you hooked up so you can watch football. You watch a football game.
And welcome back to the channel. The purpose of this video is to explore and look at ways of unlocking up a laser engine that's also got no compression. It came with this model here, DR1. That was a lovely gift from a subscriber, Paul Carruthers. And I want to see if I can get this engine running. It's lacking compression, which I think might be due to the valves being stuck, and the carburetor is totally seized up. So I'm going to try and attempt to get some life going in this, and if it does, then it's going back into the plane, and we'll try and get it into the air in quick order if we have the weather god smiling on us. And then, if all goes well, I'll look at reimagining the colour scheme to make it a bit more vibrant. Stay tuned, folks. Get your favourite tipple at hand. Well, here we have it. This is the engine removed from the triplane. It's not in bad nick at all. This is paint which is burnt onto the exhaust.
You gotta watch them poles, Ricky.
But that's the.
I know the poles in our field.
The car
man.
is
they
thoroughly
locked,
which is probably what's going on inside here. As in addition to the valves perhaps being gunked up, I think the O-ring or the piston ring rather may be in the.
I'm kind of surprised he just doesn't tear it apart, soak it, clean it, and put it back together. You know, unless you can't. I'm sure you can get a gasket kick or make gaskets for it. I know Blas. I only know this from watching Blas on the Peniche Brothers when he rebuilds. He's rebuilt motors on the video and stuff, and but he gets it running. He really does, man. He goes through and he explains to you how things are gunked up and where they're gunked up, and there's the, I don't know what that is, I forget, but he goes through and he takes it out, he gets it running, man. He takes it kind of apart and stuff and cleans it up. So I think what he's doing, actually gets is going to work for him. And it seems like Mark, once he gets his motors running, it seems like they run well.
Here it goes.
I hate pilot air crashes. Them things stick with me for a long time.
Shut the exhaust. Nothing. So plan B is to apply some heat to this.
We'll let him get the heat gun out, and then we're going to call it. Cool. But it's kind of neat how he goes through and he gets it running. He just kind of takes it and gets it going, man. He does a good job. All right, let's see what our pool. What happened to our pool here? In the pool. Okay, so we've got 23 votes, and it's 83. Here, let me bring it over here so you guys can see it. It's 83% no, 70% yes. And if I flew inside, I don't think I'd have it because I like slow flyers. It's things that can go slow and float. But yeah, that's good. That's kind of how I thought it was going to be, but you never know and stuff. It's hard to tell. Adam Model Aviator did an excellent video on that. I think it's the best. And nobody really talked about how it looks like the foam has cutouts in it, and they put some thin covering on one side, or on both sides anyway, to save the weight of the yeah, exactly, Mike. That's exactly it. Because there's still times out at our field where someone, might be out there and there'll be 3 people tinkering around on a motor for 2-3 hours. Saying at the other field, at my other club, there might be 5 guys out there and that's all they do for 4 hours. But they like doing that. That's part of the hobby they enjoy, is working on the motors and stuff. But when it's 90 some degrees and close to 100% humidity, and it's not for me. And then like if the fuel leaks in your car or hauler, it smells like gas. Because my buddy Mike, he's got a topper on his pickup truck where he stores, hauls his planes, and when you open that up and stick your head in there, it just smells like gas, even though there's no fuel in there or anything. But that's why the hobby is so, there's room for everybody there and stuff. But again, keep Chris in your prayers there. Again, let me see, I'll pop this up here again in case some people just join at the end, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. Yeah, that's what, because I was, when I flew at the beach and stuff, man, it's like my buddies, they all came from not so much gas, but they came from the glow days, and he says, like the first, remember Chris in your prayers, Buzz, everybody. But it's just like, the first time you spill gas in your car or fuel in your car, and Linda smells that, you'll be done flying, Jeff. But I don't know. I don't know. I guess there's something about it. I like it when the guys bring their planes out to the field. I like watching them and hearing them and stuff and smelling them. But I'll just have to sometimes hold their four-stroke planes, and man, that spits fuel all over you if you stand where the exhaust comes out. But anyway, well, have a good RC week, everybody. Be kind to each other and stuff. And let's see, Kate, Steph, Marcia, Sophie, Gracie, if you're watching, you hear the dogs are waking up, they're shaking their collars and stuff. But everybody have a safe week. Remember Chris and Michael Reitza. We need to get him back in the team here, because I don't know about you, but I mean, not just Chris and the Friday feeling, but he's got his new little grandkids and everything too. But hey, this is Jeff. Have a good week. Thanks for watching, everybody. And be kind to each other. Have fun. This is Jeff saying, bye.